take a cigarette break?
It's time. Let me get my parliaments.
Let me light that for you.
Oh, here they are.
What's
Parliament's ready. Got my parliaments. We're good to go here.
Oh, God,
good.
yes.
Man, it's been a crazy... Every time we do this, step outside from, like, our life, from, like, topics and all that, we find ourselves, like, in a busy week.
Yeah, right.
Of just stuff that's just happening to us or has happened to us. And it's just like, we just got to talk this out.
We do have to talk it out. And, oh, my gosh, how are you doing over there?
I'm all right. You know, a little shaken up. Doctor's appointment, came up yesterday. Got things going on. Funky monkey with my heart. Nothing big. Nothing serious.
Nope, not like I told you.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out, people. John Ramirez is staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Yeah. So we're good there. Just little, electrical problems, little circuity issues, little short circuit. Not that kind of short circuit. Mm-hmm. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. And for somebody that's had a heart attack and heart surgery from an electrical issue, I'm kind of your, partner in crime to help you through whatever the hell comes out your way.
Hey, you started with a hug today, so that was good for me.
I did. We hugged it out. It was so good. Well, I'm feeling pretty Gucci today.
Don't.
No?
Don't, please.
Why not?
Because you used it properly.
I'm feeling pretty Gooch.
Oh, gosh.
Isn't that what we called it yesterday?
Gucci.
We're feeling pretty Gooch.
Pretty Gucci. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Listen, folks, I don't credit this, but I credit it. Like, I did say it. I said, hey, I'm feeling pretty Gucci today. And she's like, what? Oh my gosh, I heard that the second time this week.
No,
what does that mean?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
It was the second time I heard it yesterday.
Oh, wow. So it was in the same day.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
So, and I asked him, I'm like, the hindsight, I'm like, well, fucking, I know what Gucci means, but I'm like, use it in a sentence, just like you do from Urban Dictionary. And I was like, how are you feeling today? He's like, Gucci. I'm like, you know what? Let's change it. Let's do... We're feeling pretty Gooch. Oh, my God. So if this is your first time tuning in, this is your Almost a Bear podcast where we talk about real-life stories on sex, love, health, and all the dirty secrets in between. Normally, we're super sex-focused, but on our cigarette breaks, we kind of take a chillaxy pill and talk about what's going on because we're like, I don't really feel like talking about vaginas today.
And sometimes our life is just so eventful that we have to talk about it.
Oh, my God. We must share our random shenanigans.
We must.
Please, darling. Oh my God. So we ended our last episode where we talked about emotional cheating and basically how emotional cheating is kind of like hiding in plain sight to a certain extent, and basically about how we felt and everything. And so I was ending the episode with I was going to be going out this past weekend to brunch with that couple that I found on Tinder, or that found me, or we found each other, what have you, right? So I had texted John the information as to where I was going to be and what time and all that stuff, so if he wanted to swing by, he could.
It was kind of like an invite, but also like, hey, if I go missing... This is where
It's more on the if Lyndsay goes missing side because I know you well and I knew you weren't going to show. So don't take it personal. It's
actually very true. I just kind of knew where you were.
And I didn't really expect you to, but at least I gave you the address. So I ended up not going. And my pain level had spiked pretty high over the weekend because my girlfriend was in town for a week, and she and I we went all over the place. We went to Rodeo Drive, we went to the Hollywood sign, and we went to the Glyphric Observatory, and we got tattoos, and there's so much shit that we did. And then I ended up, I have to talk about this guy that I already knew but didn't know situation. But I was like in so much pain, and for me to drive over the hills to go into Marina Del Rey, I was like, my feet just can't do it. It's not safe. Number one, like no matter how much my desire would have been to be there or not, it's just really unsafe for me to drive with my feet like that. So
you were the opposite of Gucci.
I was so de-Gooched.
You were de-Gucci.
I was de-Gucci.
Non-Gucci.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All kinds of nothing Gucci going on. So the pain thing was weird. And then I had a little apprehension about it too, as I sat back and kind of reflected, like, what would this even mean? And even though I mentioned on our last episode that I was like, well, I don't know what could come of this shit. Like, I've never done anything like that. And I kind of stepped back and went, you know what? I don't even know if I want to do that. I don't necessarily know if I want to know where it would go because I'm just in this spot right now where I'm like, okay, I think I'm actually ready to officially date somebody. And one person. Because
this was a
two sounds like a lot to handle.
This was buy one get one free, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Or buy one get one half off.
I mean, who knows? And so I'm like, I'm not one for going to the 99-cent store. So I was like, okay, God. And it fell after this weird thing that happened. So I met this guy. Like I said, he actually Johnny Boy knows him. And I just totally random. We just like randomly started talking to each other on Facebook, and I was like, "What are you doing tomorrow? Do you want to go to brunch?" And he was, or maybe it was 2 days prior, whatever. And he was like, "Sure." And we was okay. We've never done anything together. Never. So that was going to be on Saturday morning that we were going to do brunch, and instead, Friday, the two of us were like antsy-pantsy to see each other. It's just so fucking out of left field. So he came over. I made dinner. Yeah, I know. And we sat and we watched, I don't even know what we watched at this point. Maybe Schitt's Creek. John's losing his fucking mind right now.
Because I know
he knows who
I know who it is.
I know.
I'm actually happy.
Thank you. I know.
My heart just was like,
I know.
Yay!
I know. And it's completely unexpected. And like I've mentioned before, I don't have a type. Like if you lined up people that I've dated before, or that I've shown any form of interest, not one of them looks the same. And I don't even know what to say. So we had Ace right now, John. And so he ends up leaving, complete gentleman the entire time. And I can get into that.
He is.
No, my God. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this guy is so epic. So I end up, so then he just stayed Saturday until we both were like, we gotta go to frickin' bed. So he went home and I was here. And then, Sunday, I was supposed to go on that little thing, and I told him all about this. He's listened to our episodes. He knows about the Molly shit. He knows about everything, right? Which I think is really cool because he's like, I mean, that's part of you. It was before you and I were even talking to each other, really. So it's like, okay, well, if you listen to the episode and you still want to come over, then, I mean, by all means. So then Sunday, we ended up, instead of going over the hill, since I couldn't drive and everything, and after the weekend with this dude, I kind of didn't want to go over there because I don't want to fuck up what this could potentially be, and I have no idea. I can't put myself in a position right now where I would get in the way of this situation that and it's the most positive thing that I've been in a very long time, where he's like such a gentleman. Like we went on Friday night, we went and took the dogs for a walk, and we were like holding hands, just walking through the neighborhood like two old fucking, like an old couple, like and so it's just weird. We just immediately went like straight for our hands, and we made out a little bit. There was nothing else. There was no like over the top or under the top. There's no sexy. We just held hands and kissed and whatever.
Yes! I had to. I'm sorry.
Please do.
I had to feel that. I was feeling it deep down.
We had to take a quick pause because he wanted me to make him some popcorn.
Fuck this cigarette. We good.
I need a cigarette after this.
Oh, man.
So I know.
Here, take mine on this one.
God.
I'm sorry.
I want American Spirits as soon as this is over.
I know I'm putting money in that tip jar, that cuss jar on that one. But seriously, man. Whoa!
I know.
All right, you may proceed. Sorry.
No, by all means, I like to hear excitement.
Everybody in the crowd exactly in their car, wherever they're listening to is like they're...
Sorry that John just blew your eardrums out.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry if you're wearing headphones.
Bad.
Love you guys. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I'll go back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so on Sunday, instead of me driving over because I was in pain, whatever. And here's the other thing. This guy knows everything about my CRPS. I've been super honest with it, and it's been something that's been kind of scary for me getting back into a dating. I don't want a dating. I'm a relationship person, right? I don't want to just fuck random people. That's not me. And so... oh, God. So Sunday we ended up getting again together, and we ended up going over to City Walk, and we ended up having like late lunch, early dinner, and then we saw a movie. And so we sat in our recliners, and we lifted up the armrest, and we scooched next to each other, and we snuggled and held hands and ate Milk Duds. It was great. So, anyways, he kind of has made me want to do things again. And I don't even know, this is coming from fucking left field. I do not know what to do. I feel like a schoolgirl. I'm like sitting sitting on my hands to not text him. And so last night we were talking and we were like, how was your day? And both of us basically said we were thinking about each other all day. And it's just weird. I mean, it's so new, obviously. We're talking fucking like a couple days into this situation. So it feels like, oh, Lyndsay, really? But I don't know what to tell you. I told my mom about him. I don't tell my mom shit.
Wow, you don't.
I know.
You don't. It took like 4 months for you to tell her about me.
I know.
Like literally, wow. I'm not expecting like the first time, you know, like me and you when we first met, like the first day. But whoa.
Yeah.
And your mom is like, from what I hear, love your mom. Love your mom.
Love you, Marie.
Love you. Yes, Marie, we love you.
She
but
doesn't
like,
listen to this shit.
Of course not. But
Thank
I'm
God.
just in case she did at this point.
I think she'd already be in the funny fun at this point.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, wow, that's.
I know.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah. I mean, and we were just super brutally honest with each other, and I don't know. I feel like I can be 100% me around this guy, and that says a lot about not only his character, but about the place that I have kind of come to, which I have been waiting for like 2 years to finally feel like I'm Lyndsay again. And I'm not saying that has anything to do with him per se, just happens to be the timing kind of aligns. And he's a fucking amazing kisser, and that is just like huge mungus. I know John's like,
really?
Yeah, why would
no shame no shame on him.
No.
Just like,
yeah.
Well, you know, like for me, I thought I was a horrible kisser. I always thought I was. And sometimes you unfortunately profile certain people as like, oh, that would be really weird. This would be really weird. This is like, wow.
I know.
And it's not bad.
We even talked about like waiting to have sex. Like we were talking, I know, we totally talked about like,
wow, you guys talked about grown up. I mean,
I
know you guys
we
are
grown up.
But literally, I'm not trying to say like all of your guys have been like high school
all
feeling.
Of my guys, great.
I mean like Tinder, you know.
Oh, Tinder's gone.
Oh, wow.
Deleted.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just said hi to the guy at the gym. So if you didn't know, one of the matches that she made on Tinder, the guy...
I got the vape.
It's okay. You're over there sweating it up. I'll take this part.
He makes me kind of sweaty.
Just sidebar. Sorry, just sidebar. One of the guys that she matched with on Tinder, again... if we haven't mentioned this. If we have, sorry, just repeating it. He goes to my gym, and there's been so many times when I've wanted to like go up to him and be like, "Hey, dude, you have matched with my co-host," and I know this is completely weird. It's okay, let it happen, but like. You should totally like message her, and I didn't do it. I don't know why.
It's totally okay because I did message him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I said, "Hey, I've got a funny story for you." Blah 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 blah.
And he never got back to you. Oh, what a dud!
That's just what happens. They're all duds.
That's exactly what happened. Literally,
that was not a sound effect.
Because he was really good. He was good looking.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
I saw him in his underwear as well. I'm not trying to like throw it out there,
God.
But locker room stuff happens, and I'm like, wow, okay. Anyway, I'm taken aback.
Thank you, as you should be.
But like not like how when we talked about the whole Molly thing, like I'm taken aback. Like, oh my gosh, I'm taken aback.
Everybody wanted to blow my brains out.
I'm like, I'm taken aback,
including myself. I know.
And I like how you did the little eye roll there. Looking at you are totally a schoolgirl. I can't.
I know. I have a smile. Like I haven't slept very much in the past, like I don't know, week, because my pain level's been pretty high. But he's been able to distract me from that. But the other night I was laying in bed and my pain level was like really high and I couldn't sleep, but then I would like roll over and I would catch myself like with this little smile on my face, and I was catching myself thinking about him, and I was like, this is so weird. I haven't felt like kind of giddy and excited to see somebody in a really long time.
I am bamboozled.
I know. I bamboozled you. You almost blacked out.
No, I blacked out. And the reason why I'm going to tell you why I blacked out, because I actually know him.
Yeah.
And it would be different if I didn't. I think it'd be like, oh,
whatever, Lyndsay,
whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that I know this cat, and the fact that he's a really good dude, and I've actually we follow each other on socials, and there's many times when like he'll post something on his Instagram story, and I like comment like, dude, this is hilarious. Oh my gosh, I feel you, dude. I'm with you on this. And there's stuff like that. Nothing like too deep, but just like, I get you, bro. From one guy to another, I get you.
Yeah.
And I'll just do that, and he'll like it. He'll like tell me like it's like that, and just seeing this like. This is going to be weird, but just seeing his heart through socials is really cool. And I could tell, and you could sometimes tell when a guy like wears his heart in his sleeve.
Yeah.
Because it shows up sometimes on his socials of like what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
And just like having,